We begin this hour with the outpouring of support for Princess Kate since she revealed she has cancer and is undergoing chemotherapy. Kensington Palace says she and Prince William are, quote, extremely moved by the public's support. In a video message Friday, she shared how they are handling her cancer diagnosis with their young children.
It has taken us time to explain everything to George, Charlotte and Louis in a way that's appropriate for them and to reassure them that I'm going to be okay. As I've said to them, I am well and getting stronger every day by focusing on the things that will help me heal in my mind, body and spirits. Having William by my side is a great source of comfort and reassurance too.
We're joined now by CBS News royal contributor Tina Brown. Good morning, Tina. I think a lot of people were just kind of taken aback by the imagery. What was your reaction to that announcement?
I found it absolutely heartbreaking. I mean, here was this brave, composed, marvelously dignified young woman, talking about something that was deeply shocking and traumatic for her and her family.
Right.
And she's been so, ridiculously overwhelmed with all of the trolling and the mad theories and the crazy things that have been said. And she was simply backstage, struggling with something that was really shocking and upsetting for her and her family.
When you initially spoke about some of the things that were coming out with the photo and, other things, she's saying, oh, I just wanted to change it a little bit. You were even critical of how they were handling it in the beginning. Do you think that this video message has been effective in sort of putting everything to the side, all of the
I would like to have seen that happen a lot earlier, actually. And yes, they did make a complete mess of it. But I'm actually really told that some of it was because William really feels he is going to say, my family do not have to say anything about their private lives. So it's almost as if he's telling, in fact, that the communications apparatus, I don't want to do this. So there was argument inside that this should happen, but it didn't happen.
And yet,
in fact, it created a vacuum in which all these terrible rumors poured.
And yet, as you know, the institution is bigger than even Prince William. The royal family is an incredibly powerful, tax-funded institution. Billions of taxpayer dollars support it. Rather than trying to shame people for wondering where she was and all these botched social media moments, why didn't they use it as a teachable moment about cancer, about empathy from the jump?
Well, I think it's easy for us to say that, but when you are a young family struggling with these things, they've had to deal with an enormous amount, because what people haven't really thought about is that the news that Charles, the king, has cancer, which came right sort of just as her own operation happened, that brings them much closer to the throne. I mean, whatever the prognosis is for Charles, he's 75 and he has cancer. That brings William and Kate far closer to being king and queen. That, I'm told, has plunged them into tremendous anxiety. So they're dealing with these two things. They may be king and queen much quicker than they thought, maybe even in the next couple of years, if things go wrong.
Right.
And she has this shocking diagnosis, which she never, ever thought she would have, plus 3 young children who she has to tell and handle. And at the schoolyard, people are obviously saying, what's wrong with your mummy? All of these things. I think that there was genuine chaos behind the scenes as they've been trying to juggle it all.
Yeah, she's 42 years old. That's very young.
Yeah.
She's a mother of 3. She's got to deal with the kids. I'm not going to judge her media strategy,
Exactly.
right? But at the same time, people were wondering where she was, what was going on. They had questions. Do you think the people who raised those questions owe apologies this morning?
Yes, I think that the apologies that are owed are some of these really salacious, horrible trollings that went on.
There were a lot of mean things that were said and a lot of jokes. And I think that's the point, too, Tina, which is that there are people who can be cynical about the royal family and what it represents. But as you point out, it's a young mother with 3 children, a husband. And we don't know what it's like to go through a journey when you're faced with something that you never thought you would possibly face.
Exactly right. I think that the smart thing, honestly, to have done would have been to have had a wave from the window, a snap with her and her children early on to say she's getting better, and that would have stopped that. But they didn't do it. And as I say, we can't really judge because what they're dealing with is so incredible that they got that wrong, And I think we have to really cut them some slack about it at this point.
Yeah, they are people at the end of the day. Tina Brown, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.